Hey guys, it's Celldubber here, and I just want to talk about Torchlight 2, what I've experienced over a few days of playing, and basically from the video footage you can see how I've gone about building my character. Now again, I've only reached level, I think I reached 31 today, so I'm really like, this is not like expert stuff. I've just gone with a build that I thought could work. You know, I thought about the skill synergy in my head and I was like, I like how that skill sounds. I like how it's, you know, an area ability. I'm going to use that in, you know, addition to this. I like the charge mechanic here, so I'm going to use a certain skill for that. Basically, my build revolves around Ember Hammer as the primary attack, Seismic Slam as the secondary attack, just to potentially stun and increase the damage around me, so I can keep the enemy's health going down, because this build is a very resource-heavy build. It spends a ton of resource. Now again, I'm using spider mines as one of my main skills because the skill does so much damage. The problem is it's a mana eater, so I want to max that out to get to the 80% mana reduction, so I can really throw that stuff around all the time. On top of that, I believe Ember Hammer is a really cool skill. It does massive damage on criticals, and with full charge, you see that little green bar there above my skill point, my skill slots. That green bar is my charge meter, and it increases damage and is really a cool feature. The thing is that, kind of like a secondary resource, you have to build it up with regular melee strikes. So, in kind of an interesting way, I've made Ember Hammer a primary attack, so even when I run out of mana, I can gain it back by using regular melee strikes. Now that kind of sounds counterintuitive, like why would I want to get rid of Ember Hammer to get regular melee strikes back to build charge? So that's kind of how I've been approaching it. It's worked pretty well. I've noticed that this build is going to really need good gear. One thing in particular, mana regeneration. I am going to need a lot of bonus mana regen on this build, but I've come to accept that. I'm saying I want to get this to a high enough level where it starts to really mesh into a build that the build I envisioned. And so, you know, worrying about mana regen, I think will come with time. I will find the gear that I need for that, because leveling up, of course, the gear isn't as good. You got to wait to get the good stuff, right? So, I think theoretically this build could really work. It does a lot of damage. I'm in veteran mode, so again, like in this footage, I'm fighting against over-leveled enemies by like 5 levels. So the build was acting just fine against the content that was in my way. You know, fighting overpowered enemies, and I was doing all right against them. After this recording, I actually played a bit more, and I found Elemental Overlord, which increases your elemental damage. It's one of the scroll skills, and those are, I mean, if for those of you who don't know what Torchlight is, you can find these item drops that are actually skills. They're like little parchment scrolls that you find in your inventory, and you can equip them as skills. And one of them, slot 3, that is the Elemental Overseer? It's a defensive elemental skill. It protects me from elemental damage. So I found today the offensive counterpart, which is increase elemental damage that you do. So I put that on in slot 2. So now my skill loadout is Ember Hammer, Seismic Slam, and then slot 1 is Spider Mines, Elemental Overlord, Elemental Overseer I think it's called, I don't quite remember, and then the self-healing skill, which is, you know, can get me out of some tough situations, because again, I'm playing a higher difficulty and I don't have the best gear. I'm making do with what I have, and the build is still working pretty well. When Ember Hammer crits, it does a ton of damage. I mean, as you saw a few times in this video, I mean, the crits, when those little blue numbers come up, huge damage. So I love the skill. It also has some knockback to it, which is really helpful to get out of some tight situations, and Seismic Slam can stun. So those two together, I think, mesh well. And then Spider Mines is the big damage dealer if I'm fighting like a boss or something. It's my ranged alternative, so if I really have to start running around regenerating resources and I'm kind of, you know, I'm getting pummeled up close. I can throw the spider mines out, and they'll do some nice range damage while I run around trying to get resources and health back. So that's basically how the build works. I'm really looking forward to continuing my leveling journey. Man, Torchlight 2 is so much better than Diablo 3. The only thing is I have to start playing online, and I can't get the goddamn email with my confirmation code. For some reason, Runic Games is just not sending it to me. I don't know why. It's like, check your email. I'm checking my email, Runic. I'm not getting the goddamn code, so I may have to send a complaint in and see what the hell's going on. Because I really want to see if people are still playing this online, and I want to, you know, test out my build with other people there. Because that's the most fun, is co-op. So, and also I think item drops might be better, or at least experience should be faster online, so I'm considering that as well. But that's the video. As you also see in this footage, this is my first Phase Beast challenge, and Phase Beasts are like, imagine if you're a Diablo 3 player and you play against a goblin, you get that little portal to Whimsyshire. This is that alternative, an actual dungeon where it's worth farming. Blizzard. This has been around since Torchlight 1, and maybe even other games had... I think, did Diablo 2 have special portals? They may have, I don't remember. But Blizzard, why the fuck would you make Whimsyshire a thing? As your special dungeon? Your rare instance dungeon? Are you fucking kidding me? A game... Look at all the gold I'm getting in this footage. I got some items, got some gold, I fought a champion. In fucking Whimsyshire, you get a little bit of gold. And I'm talking little bit of gold. It's so fucking dumb. They finally introduced the Goblin dungeon, and that falls like one in a billion times. It's absolutely absurd. They have no fucking clue. These World of Warcraft losers don't get it. If you like World of Warcraft, that's fine. But this is not World of Warcraft. This is Diablo. That's why I get pissed about it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next time.